we're back with another video. And today's a special video because we're not in Great League today, we're in Super League. And we're going to be running Swampert. And as you can see, German today, but I'm sure you can guess it's Mudshot, Hydro Cannon and Sludge Wave. Going to be running that with Panzer on, which is Skarmory. Typical moveset there, Air Slash, Brave Bird, etc. And in the back we've got Cresselia, and going to be running that with Psycho Cut, Grass Knot and Moonblast. So thanks to Shram all the way from Germany for the games. Let's take a look and see how he goes. Alright, first match, good lead. Swampert, Mudshot's obviously super effective against Haunter, and it outpaces the Haunter. Now they've gone into their Swampert, he's staying in here. He's got a lot of energy, but they've snuck in and got to the first Hydro. Lets that one go, he's awfully low there, but he does have enough to get a couple of Hydros away before he gets Mudshotted down. So they've shielded, and he's just gone back to back here, and he's thrown another one. Let's see how he goes from here. They've double shielded, so really good opportunity to capitalise on that. He's going to shield though. Looks like what he wants to do is perhaps get the Swampert low by throwing another Hydro Cannon here, and then maybe farming down and getting ready for the Haunter to come back in. But the opposition player really has to save a shield for Haunter. Winning switch probably wasn't enough there. So he comes in with Skarmory. This would be a Hydro. Lets that one go. Skarm's got enough bulk and he's just Air Slash down. Haunter comes back in. This will probably just be a Shadow Punch. And he lets that one go, he recognises that, and then it goes straight into its Skarmory. So a tough position now. His Skarm's low, and the only one he's got left in the back is Cresselia, which doesn't handle steel types all that well. So let's see what he does here. He's building up to the Brave Bird, and he's going to throw the Brave Bird here. That gets the Skarm pretty low, so I think what he's going to try and do from here is he might have to throw a move, but he's going to farm up a lot of energy and keep his shield for when the Haunter comes back in. But he's going to have to manage his energy very well here, because Haunter with Shadow Claw is going to be super effective against Cresselia. So it looks like this game is going to be super close. Uses his shield now. They've thrown the Sky Attack. Now he's almost up to 2 moves. Throws the Grass Knot. Now Grass type moves are resisted by Haunter because of the poison typing, so it doesn't KO. One more Psycho Cut and he goes back to back there. Wonder if the Moonblast would have KO'd, I'm not sure. But he's going to come back in, and will he beat the Skarmory to the Grass Knot? And he does, just. I reckon he was probably only 1 move away. Super close game in the end, but he got it done. Alright, now we go into game 2. And he's got a Alolan Raichu on the lead here. So that can run Grass Knot, so he's got to watch out for that. But Electric, because of the ground typing of Swampert, is resisted. So he's in a good position here, and they swap out. He does have the Sludge Wave ready to go for the Azumarill, so let's see if they're willing to give up another shield here. I would have thought no. And they let it go. He's going to... No, he timed it perfectly and swapped on the move into Cresselia, which is effectively like a giant German tank and will take a lot of moves. And he's got the Grass Knot here for Azumarill, so that's a legacy move on Cresselia, but it's great for Super Liga. And now the Raichu's going to come back in. The moves will hit Cresselia fairly hard, but it should be able to take a Wild Charge. The move's coming through, Wild Charge, it just manages to survive, and he gets the Grass Knot off, so this will be good chip damage. Won't quite KO, but he shields anyway, so he's got both shields. The Raichu's now going to be out of energy. He's in a great position here, and they go straight into their Venusaur, and he's got the Skarm. He's in such a perfect position here, almost an unlosable situation. So they're going to throw the Frenzy Plant. Resisted because of the Steel and Flying typing, and the Air Slashes here are just farming the Venusaur all the way down. So the plan would be just to farm it all the way down. He doesn't need to shield, and he can farm it all the way down, and he'll have enough for a couple of... He's decided to throw. Probably not the ideal play. You can actually farm a Venusaur all the way down, but he has managed the energy fairly well because he's going to get to another move here, but this will be resisted because of the electric typing. As you can see, still does a bit of a chunk, but yeah, not as much as we'd like. So ideally, farm the Venusaur all the way down, and then you can look to throw double Brave Bird at the Raichu, but he's still in a great position here. He can shield and pretty much mud shot down. He won't even need the move. So well played, did hard counter his opposition, but you know, you've still got to win the game. Into the next one, another good lead. Toxicroak gets outpaced to the moves, and Hydro Cannon's such a hard hitting move. It won't quite KO the Toxicroak, but it'll get close. They've decided to shield. Looks like they've got enough energy for the Sludge Wave here, also Sludge Bomb, but they've gone for the Mud Bomb, which wouldn't have done too much damage, but matching shields is perfectly fine here. He gets the next Hydro through, and they've shielded twice again, so he's in a great position here. He's decided to match shields, and the Hydro Cannon on his end will KO, so he can afford to farm up a little bit more. Probably could have done a couple more mud shots, but that's okay. Throws the move here, KOs the Toxicroak safely. Now, can he get to another Hydro? He can, that's perfect. He's in a bit of a position here though. Frostlass is very, very dangerous. So he's got to watch out for, yeah. So he's brought in the Scarm, that's a good move. Shadow Ball might have gone close to KOing the Cresselia, and now he's got that in on the Lantern. It will take super effective damage from the Grass Knots there because of the water typing, and in turn, well, Lantern does hit reasonably hard, but as you can see, Cresselia just can take the move so easily. It's such a really good mon just to take those hits, and in this situation when shields are down, it can put out some good damage with Grass Knot, and it can take the hits too, so that's terrific. Knocks that out, and the Frostlass can't farm down. Probably had to, but this Grass Knot will probably KO. Yep, it's a bit of a fragile mon. So yeah, Cresselia putting in work there as we go into the next game. Another great lead. Swampert outpaces Skarmory, and Hydro Cannon, you know, it's such a good move. And Swampert, doesn't matter what league it is a really good mon. And yeah, Sky Attack comes through. Is he going to shield this one? Looks like he is. He'll be able to build up to another Hydro here, and he's built up a lot of excess energy here too, so good energy management. He'll throw here, they'll have to shield, and he can just throw the neck, go back to back here, and basically they've wasted a shield. I doubt they'll commit another shield. Oh, they have. So yeah, that's interesting. A lot of these games, the opponents are committing both shields in the first matchup. He then commits his next shield, knowing he'll outpace the Skarm to the next move. Throws here, and he's still got a decent amount of health, so he should be able to get to another Hydro Cannon in the next matchup, or safe swap and come back in with it later. But no, he's going to stay in here. He'll get a Hydro off against the Hypno. This will probably get it down to a half, and yeah, he's in great position here. It doesn't have a great deal of energy. He's coming in with the Cresselia. Even if they have Shadow Ball on the Hypno, it still doesn't KO. It's sort of attack stats fairly low. He gets to the Moonblast first anyway. They've swapped out, and they've brought a Diggersby in. Now, Diggers does have a good matchup against Skarm, and he recognises that, so he's staying in and he's throwing Grass Knots, which are super effective because of the ground typing. So he's staying in here. This will likely be an Earthquake, but it won't KO. He'll be able to get to another Grass Knot here, which he does. And yeah, he's in a really good position again here. Good presence of mind to stay in, and not, you know, a lot of people, when they've got a good matchup, they'll automatically swap if the opponent does. If he'd done that there, he would have lost his Skarm. But now with that Digger being so low, he can come back in, and the Hypno's got very little chance here. Even if it's Fire Punch, it'll only get 2 away. It looks like it's Thunder Punch, super effective, but he's going to have to land 3, and he's going to be out of energy after this one, and he can just Air Slash down. So another good win, good energy management, and that Swampert on the lead is just it's doing some good work. Okay, next matchup. Again, a bit more of a neutral matchup. This one, Umbreon is very tanky, so it can take the hits, but because Hydro Cannon is so spammy, Swampert is definitely going to win the matchup if it decides to commit some shields. And it looks like he's matching shields here. So he'll be able to get another move away here. Snarl does generate energy quite quickly. So he's just got to watch out for that. Builds up to another couple of Hydro Cannons here. Gets these away. Let's see if they decide to shield again. No, they don't shield again. He'll be able to get another one off here. Now he's in a position now where he's got to decide whether he's going to start committing shields or whether he swaps out. He's deciding to commit shields, knowing that he can get to another Hydro Cannon here. And does. So let's see what the opposition decide to do. They've shielded again. Now in this situation, the Umbreon probably wins because it's just out tanks, and Snarl is a very spammy move. So he's actually lost lead here. But the good thing about this is he's going to take a Dark Pulse here. But, foul play. But it doesn't do that much, and now he can build up some energy. And if they don't have a good response, they've got their own Scarm. So we saw this in the first game. He's pretty good at managing this. So let's see what he decides to do. Is he going to Brave Bird, or is he going to Air Slash? Just goes for the the Sky Attack this time. Will he decide to Brave Bird this time? The opponent's built up some energy, but they won't want to commit to a Brave Bird too soon. So is he going to go for the Brave Bird now? Throws the move, hits the Brave Bird. Bit of lag on both ends there, but they're now going to throw, but they're very low. So they might get to another Sky Attack, but let's just see. No, they've dropped straight into their Deoxys here. This isn't looking good. Now he's throwing the Moonblast here. He needs a debuff, otherwise I feel like he's going to lose this match. But he gets the attack drop, which is amazing, and that's what he needed to do there. Grass Knot is probably the more, it's probably about equal, Moonblast and Grass Knot. Shields are down, but throwing the Moonblast here and getting the potential debuff is the way to go. And he gets that one away, so this is phenomenal. I would say what's going to happen here is he can now throw a Grass Knot and go back to back if he manages his energy. Yep, so he's building up extra here. They've swapped out. He's got the Grass Knot ready to go. He can throw that now, and that'll get rid of the Scarm, which is the big threat here. Does so, and he should have enough energy to go back to back, and this will KO the Deoxys. So Moonblast coming in clutch there. If he hadn't got that debuff, he probably would have lost that game. Alright, into the next game. Somewhat of a neutral matchup here because he does have Sludge Wave, but he's gone into Cresselia, which is probably sensible because Dragon Breath is pretty oppressive, and Sky Attack does hit Swampert pretty hard, and he'd have to commit shields. So he just got a bit of energy, and he's gone into Cresselia. Now, Cresselia's got Moonblast, so that Fairy on Dragon typing, but the opposition's made a perfect swap into Mew. Great swap there, and the Shadow Claw damage from the fast move of Mew is super effective against Cresselia, but these Moonblasts are going to start adding up, and it looks like he got the attack drop there, so that's really unfortunate. This will probably be a Flame Charge. Yep, so that's boosting the Mew's attack back up. So those Shadow Claws are now doing, pretty sure it's what damage they were doing before, so it's equaled out. And he's throwing the Surf to pressure the shield now. But Moonblast is coming through. Is he going to shield? He does. So that's dropped. Looks like that dropped his attack again. So he's getting a lot of luck with those. He swapped out to clear the debuff. But unfortunately by doing that, he's lined his Venusaur up with the Scarm here. So as we saw in the other matchup, and as we discussed, Frenzy Plant doesn't do enough damage. You can farm the Venusaur all the way down and still have a little bit of health left, and enough to basically double Brave Bird whatever's in the back. And shields are down right now. So again, he hasn't farmed it all the way down. He's gone the Sky Attack, but he has accumulated enough energy to hit the Altaria with a Sky Attack here. Now he's staying, he's still staying in, and he'll probably have to see if he can get to another Sky Attack. Yeah, it's going to be touch and go whether this KOs and he does get to that Sky attack, or he just survives. And the opponent swaps out right on the move again, so he's getting those done, but I think it's going to be to no avail. This will KO the Mew. The Altaria comes back in, and the Swampet's got loaded energy, and it can throw the Sludge Wave here. And because of that Dragon typing, it does pretty strong neutral damage. As far as the team goes, Swampert, well, what can you say? Spammy, terrific. Scarm, always reliable, and Cresselia is such a tank. So a pretty versatile team, covers all the bases, and as we saw, has good matchups all round. Thanks for watching.